It seems like the Switch 2 reveal is right around the corner, and I know we've been saying that pretty much every week for the last year, but with 2025 coming up, it's probably going to happen for real. So originally when I started making this video, it was to kind of speculate the way that they would go about the reveal, similar to the 2016 trailer. My main thought was that they're really going to show off the software this time rather than just the hardware. We're all kind of expecting it to be more or less the same, just more powerful, so they don't really need to spend a lot of time going over the whole switching from handheld to TV gimmick, as well as the Joy-Con being separate controllers. So I started writing this script back in September, and because I procrastinated, here we are at the end of December, and I'm only just now getting around to it. This was before we had seen any sort of leaked pictures, like the 3D printed models or what's been going around now on Reddit since Christmas time. But the main thing that I kind of took inspiration from in these first pictures were the patents that said the Joy-Con would attach magnetically, so my initial concepts kind of line up with that. But you're going to see a lot of other things that are now inaccurate based on what we've seen unofficially. So full disclosure, this does come across as like very much 4chan fake leak, and it's mostly a dream for me, not necessarily a prediction. So obviously I'm not expecting it to go down exactly like this or get all of these games. But really I just think that if we do see something like this would be the way it would be revealed. I do also just want to say that I'll be laying out these scenarios in somewhat of a reveal trailer order, but not necessarily in the order that I think they would be in. And if you're new here, a like and a subscribe would really help out the channel and show me that this is the kind of thing you want to see more of. Alright, jumping into it. So the trailer would open up on a shot of people playing outside. They're sitting at a table playing the Switch in tabletop mode, and at first it doesn't seem like anything new, but then there's a close-up onto the hands of one of the players, and it's showing the right Joy-Con, which is noticeably bigger and looks more comfortable for him to hold. This could also be where they show off the new kickstand, but I think the emphasis would be on the Joy-Con. We see the lights on the rail lit up, showing that he's player 2 right at the top. And you can kinda see that there's a new button underneath the home button, and then we get a glimpse at what they're playing. It would be a new Mario Kart. With Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being the best-selling game on the system, you're gonna want to show people that there's a new one coming. It cuts to the gameplay right as they're finishing a race, and I don't really know what they would do here, but it's visually different from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Maybe they give it a more stylized or cel-shaded look, but Mario Kart fans would be able to tell that this is a new game, not just a port or 8 Deluxe again. So they finish the race, one celebrates, the other lost, it's all good-natured commercial fun. One of the people that was playing takes the Joy-Con from his friend, and we see him magnetically attach it to the console, and that's when we cut to... The transition would largely be the same, just with the Joy-Con clicking in from the side instead of up and down, and we see that 2 pop in. Maybe they add another sound beyond the click. The next shot would be the same guy from before who owned the Switch, but this time he's commuting. I'm thinking a stereotypical kind of train travel scene. We see him still playing in tabletop mode, but he's holding the new Pro Controller. I'm comparing this mostly to the plane scene from the first reveal trailer, but this time he's got his headphones in, plugged into the 3.5mm jack in the new Pro Controller, and he's playing the new 3D Mario. At this point it'll have been like 8 years since Mario Odyssey, so I'm sure we're all expecting a new 3D Mario within the first year. And they showed it in the first reveal trailer, so why not show the new one in this reveal trailer? So just a couple little gameplay snippets of the new Mario game. The next scene starts with an interior shot of an apartment. We see the door open, and the same man enters with his Switch in hand. He walks over to the TV where the new dock is shown off. Now I do just want to say that this was when I had written this with a more Wii U influence, but I'm not really so sure they're going to go the double screen route anymore. So instead of docking the Switch, he presses a button on it and goes to sit down on the couch. He's still holding it in his hand, screen and Joy-Con attached and all. The gameplay then appears on the TV, and we see, let's just say, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. The big thing here is that the screen in his hands doesn't match what's on the TV, so we're seeing the reveal of this kind of dual screen gimmick. I don't know if Metroid Prime 4 Beyond would be the game to show this off, but I'm just thinking something bigger and powerful. The next part is more of like the lifestyle segment that I think would be in this trailer. So it starts off with a close-up of a woman's face, and she's focused. The camera slowly zooms out from her, revealing more of her head, and we can see that she's wearing some kind of workout headband. They'll then cut to a wider shot, revealing that she's standing up and just finished working out. She's seeing stats or something health-related on the screen, and we're getting a look at the Ring-Con Pro. This was inspired largely by Nintendo's push to be a more of a lifestyle company in certain aspects, like Alarmo, but it's also been over 5 years since Ring Fit Adventure launched. It'll probably be 6 by the time the system comes out, so this will be a fun little way to introduce Ring Fit Plus or even Ring Fit 2. Gonna be honest, I don't really know what the scenario would be here, but I think there should be a moment where they're showing off some kind of big third-party game. Think the Skyrim moment from the first Switch reveal trailer. And I mean some serious business. We need to show that this console is a powerhouse compared to what we're coming from. But my personal bias wants me to say Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I think a more likely title that we're going to see here is either Monster Hunter Wilds or even Elden Ring. So yeah, I'm going to say Elden Ring for this one. It'll probably just be the first game in its DLC, but we could probably see Night Rain come to the system at some point next year. Now it's focusing on some system menu stuff and not just games. I think we'll see a short little section of somebody sending a message on here like, let's play Super Smash Bros. Just to show off that we have some kind of proper messaging system. And there's still that C button on the right Joy-Con controller. Maybe it works as like a microphone toggle, so we'll see a close-up of somebody pressing that button and then they start to speak, showing that we have voice chat built in now. Brief little intermission because I'm just a man with some dreams. Imagine they finish their round of Super Smash Bros. And one guy messages him like, you should come over, the party's starting. And the other guy's like, sure, okay. He puts a Switch into his bag and we see a shot of him walking down the street. And as he's walking, somebody walks past him and they also have a Switch in their bag. And we see the light around the home button turn green. It's Street Pass. Now of everything in this video, I'm especially not expecting that, but I'm allowed to have hopes. Alright, back to business. So even though I said intermission, let's assume there's still a party going on. Our main trailer guy arrives at the party. He gets settled in, and we see him take his Switch out from his backpack, along with a mysterious accessory. We see the accessory is actually a little USB-C camera, and he attaches it to the top of his Switch. A group of people huddle around him and they take a selfie. Once the picture is taken, somebody grabs the Switch from his hands and starts to draw on it. Now I was really harkening back to that Nintendo 3DS photo album or DSi camera, but I think it would just be a fun little thing to have. The party continues and we see more of that dual screen Wii U style stuff with a Nintendo Land type game. You know, everybody's looking at the TV, but one person's looking down at the handheld. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking if they're gonna call it Switch 2, maybe there's a play on words like how it's two screens. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had written down for the kinds of games I think we'd see. A couple things I guess I should mention is that I didn't include Pokemon Legends Z to A on here, just because I think that's still going to be a Switch 1 title, and you're not really going to use that as a Switch 2 system seller. And also, I guess Splatoon 4 could also show up in here. But I'm also not too sure if it's too soon after the Final Fest for them to be like, hey, we're working on another one. I'm not really expecting Splatoon 4 to be out until 2026 at the earliest. But that's pretty much all I got for my Switch 2 predictions / expectations / wish list. It's only a matter of time before we actually see the dang thing, so all we can do is continue to wait. Let me know down below what you guys think. When are we going to see this and what kind of games are we going to see with it? As always, I appreciate you guys sticking around, and likes and subscribes always help me out. Let me know what kinds of things you want to see more of on here, and I'll see you guys next time.